Welcome to Phoenix National Network, where we embrace diversity and unlock success with FOQS. Today, I want to share something incredibly vital to Phoenix National Network Business Solutions of America. It's what drives our success, our core values summed up in one powerful word, FOCUS. That stands for faith, opportunity, communication, unity, and strategy. These pillars aren't just buzzwords, they're the heartbeat of everything we do. Let's start with faith. It's not just about believing in a higher power, although that's crucial. It's about having faith in our purpose, our mission, and in ourselves. When we have this unwavering belief, it propels us to achieve greatness. We trust that every challenge is an opportunity wrapped in disguise. Speaking of opportunity, it's all about seizing the moment. Carpe diem, right? Opportunity is knocking all the time. We just have to be ready to open the door. It's about recognizing the potential in every situation and taking bold steps to make things happen. Next up is communication. Clear, intentional, constructive, and compassionate communication is the glue that binds us together. It's not just about speaking, it's about truly listening, understanding each other's perspectives, and communicating with empathy. This creates a culture where ideas can thrive and innovation can flourish. Unity is our fourth pillar. It's about integrity in relationships. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to respect and harness our diverse views to align with our purpose and vision. Unity is about coming together, building solid and long-lasting connections. It's the foundation of a resilient, collaborative team. Finally, strategy. There's a saying, "He who fails to plan, plans to fail." Strategy is our roadmap to success. Visions fail primarily because of weak strategies. Every detail matters. Crafting robust strategies is what turns our dreams into reality. So when we put all these pillars together, faith, opportunity, communication, unity, and strategy, we get focus. And let me tell you, focus produces results. It's what sets us apart and propels us forward. Remember, these are not just principles to hang on the wall. They are actionable values that shape our decisions, our interactions, and ultimately, our success. As you go about your day, think about how you can incorporate these pillars into your own professional life. Because when you focus, you achieve greatness. Let's keep driving success together. If you'd like to know more about joining our team, call 862-237-3430 or go to pnnbusinesssolutions.com. Stay focused.
Wagga, wagga, wagga.
What's happening?
We finally made it on. That's what's happening. We're finally here. Hello, Oscar. How are you?
Hello, all the gremlins are gone.
All the gremlins have left the building.
And you.
Someone please find gremlin number 75. He was supposed to be on, but he missed the show.
I think the gremlin was the one that pulled all the wires out of your system yesterday.
Oh, I told you about that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. She really had a good time with that. But
What's this
anyway,
wire do?
we have a great guest for you, Miss Alicia Alexander, and she is one powerful person, man. I mean, a force of nature. So if you're not tuned in yet, get somebody, call somebody, You want to change somebody's life. This is the person you want them to listen to. Her story, just her whole persona is amazing. And we've had her on the Bishop's Corner. We have her on Focus on You. Any place I can put her, I definitely want to put her on there because our voices really can make a difference in the world. And so we're very proud and happy to have Miss Alicia Alexander on today. But before we continue our program, we also have Mr. Oscar Capel. Not only is he Santa Claus's cousin, he is also our good friend here on PNN, my buddy, my pal, Oscar Capel. All right, Oscar, talk about what you do. So
Usually,
the
usually,
folks can.
usually you call me one of Santa's elves, but okay, we will.
Well,
We'll
I promoted you. You went from Santa's elf to Santa's cousin, which is
I'll
good.
take it.
That's a good promotion. You
I'll
know.
take it. So,
All
what
right,
I want
go
to
ahead.
talk about today, and I would share my screen, but if I can't figure out how to do that on this thing. We have had a rough couple of days in security. We've had a major security breach through Gmail. There's 2.5 billion, that's with a B, Gmail users information out for sale now because of a breach with Google, and that is a big problem because a lot of our not only a lot of our information is there, but the AI is now being able to basically mimic people's voices and call you and do a tech support that really sounds very convincing. So if you get a call, you have some tech support going on, 99% of the time, it is not true. Find another way to contact that actual company that's saying that they're giving you tech support because the AI is getting that good at imitating tech support and other calls. So hackers are really hitting their stride now, and we're in a lot of trouble. So if you do not have a company monitoring all of your vitals, which is your social security number, driver's license, medical insurance card is fantastic. They love that because they can sell that all day long. Anybody that uses that gets their medical for free because the insurance card will take care of it, but then it gets billed to you. The biggest problem is when their medical records get mixed up with your medical records. Now you can't see what is yours and what's not yours because of HIPAA laws. So if someone has diabetes, they have a heart attack or something, and you're in an emergency and they have to give you medication, the doctor's office will not know what to give you because of the mixed medical record. So licensed private investigators to have your identity restored is a must nowadays. Give me a call. Let's talk. 646-578-7097. Shoot me a text, whatever. Let's see what let's take a look at the security of your family. Um, and let's get it really robust now because it is really getting very difficult now. Legal Shield is also what I'm an associate with Legal Shield also, which means you have 24/7 access to a law firm in case there's a legal problem, especially with an identity theft problem where someone has committed a felony and the cops are after you now because of that. So having Legal Shield, having ID Shield on your side is a game changer. Give me a call, 646-578-7097. Let's see what we can do for you. Phil, back to you. I'm on full screen still.
All right, yes, sir. You are on full screen. You're on blast. You are Mr. Oscar Capel. The world knows about you, Oscar
Everybody.
Capel, or AKA Oscar K-Pal. K-Pal. Since you like to make fun of me messing up people's last names.
Listen, that's not my
I will.
opinion. I just repeat what other people are saying.
Nope. You have made a career out of it. Thank you very much, sir.
And
Now,
you give me the ammunition.
now everybody knows. Everybody knows that I mess up on last names. Anyway, without any further ado, we are now going to welcome none other to the floor than Miss Alicia
Alexander, or as
Alexander.
we
Hi
call her, AA.
guys.
What's going on, Alicia?
Double
Oh,
A, what's happening?
everything good. But besides fighting a cold, but other than that,
Yeah,
everything good.
You know, who's winning the fight?
I am.
there we
Absolutely.
go.
I'm
Ah,
here.
there you go. That's right. You know, I feel like you're Mike Tysoning this whole cold thing. So,
Thank
you
you.
know, all right. So, you look like a
Yes.
champion.
Knock it out in
Or,
just
or,
a
or
little
Michael
while.
Jackson. Beat it, beat it.
You know, funny thing, even though we're featuring Alicia, I saw something about Mike Tyson the other day that was incredible. They were talking about how all these guys wanted to come up with these fancy robes and like crowns on their heads and everything else. He comes out with a towel with a hole in it
Humble
and no
beginnings.
socks
Despise
and,
not the days of humble
and,
beginnings. Or small
and no
beginnings.
socks on.
There
You
you
know,
go.
you see a guy come out like that, he's in a barbaric state. He doesn't care.
You've already lost the fight right there.
I'll just leave the ring. I'll just like walk right out and see that
Thank
come
you,
through.
sir. Oh
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm out of here. Well,
boy.
Alicia, listen, we're so proud and happy to have you on. Please share with our audience who you are and what you do.
Well, excuse me. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on today. I'm really excited to be here. Um, I am Alicia J. Alexander, and my company is Make a Difference Consulting. I am an expert in organizational excellence. I help organizations to lower their turnover rates, create an environment of trust, confidence, well being, and authentic appreciation, which we need in this day and age. It's all about helping the organization as a whole to be competitive because they have cohesiveness and authentic appreciation in their workplace.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
That is awesome. Thank
didn't
you
know
so
she was going to
much.
stop.
I know. I was like, come on, this is your time. You're in the spotlight. Give us everything you got. I'm the
Well,
Okay.
greatest in the world.
well, see, yeah, and
She pulled a
this
Muhammad
is
Ali on us. You know, tell us who you are. I'm the greatest.
that's it. So
Go ahead,
I
Oscar.
see.
Organizational excellence, of course.
Of
Yes.
course. See, that's when you organize, you get it all done. Comes out in a towel with a hole. Done. I'm done.
Awesome.
So what I
So
was saying is, in
yeah.
in
Go ahead,
in
Oscar.
the time that we are now, that everything is digital, everything is, and then you go into a workplace, and now you actually the few people that are actually still working in a work environment. I think feeling appreciated is so important now because of the separation. We're meeting through Zoom. You're in Rhode Island. I'm in New York, and Phil's in Jersey, unfortunately. Um, and we're connecting, but when you're in a workspace, you need to. This is we're meeting for an hour, but you're in a work situation. You're there 8-10 hours working with that team. So feeling appreciated is super important now.
Absolutely. And, authentic appreciation, um, it applies to not only in-person work, but to remote work as well.
As
And
well,
of
really.
course, in hybrid as work as well. Because that is now the state of work. Three different styles of work: in person, remote, and hybrid. So, and the feeling of um, authentic appreciation and using neuroscience, which I couples with the authentic appreciation, it's necessary. That trust, that confidence, that well-being, because everybody's talking about mental health and being strong mentally. That sense of well-being in the workplace, along with the authentic appreciation, is necessary to have an environment where everybody can thrive.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
when you say everybody, because everybody thriving, that sounds like too good to be true kind of an environment. Why would I want everybody to thrive? I mean, I don't like Johnny down the street, so I mean, I don't want him. You know, Johnny should not thrive. I mean, Johnny cut me out of 2 pennies last week when I needed change. I gave him $1. He gave me nothing back. So why would I want that? Uh, what
Well,
I'm saying is like there's like
no, I understand what you're
you have your
saying.
favoritisms and you have your cliques and
Yeah.
stuff. How do companies kind of like work beyond those cultural and social spaces?
Okay, well, we understand that there's DEI in organizations now, but it goes beyond that. It goes to the heart of recognizing that we're all individuals with an innate need to feel valued, appreciated, and a sense of accomplishment in our workspace. Authentic appreciation has five modalities of helping a person, because we can agree that not everybody feels appreciated in the same way. Oscar, you don't, Dr. Phil, myself, we have our own primary and secondary language of appreciation. Now, when
Hmm.
you couple that with neuroscience, being able to understand the triggers that will cause a feeling of safety in your environment, as well as well-being, you have a competitive edge in your
Hmm.
company, and that is called organizational excellence. That's what I call it. Being able to say that our our team, quote unquote, can be rock stars because we understand and communicate well, which is part of focus, that we communicate well in the organization, and we understand each other so that we can pull one another up in the organization and be competitive with their competitors. You know,
Hmm.
if a company feels that they're challenged with appreciating their customers, it's a matter of being able to communicate frontline workers to team managers to the executive suite. We'll all need to be able to communicate and show one another that appreciation so that the company, the organization itself is competitive.
Yeah, you see
So,
that in the shows like Undercover Boss,
Oh,
where
absolutely.
you see that the lowest person on that assembly line has an idea that revolutionizes the business, and you don't know that until you go down there. So that show is great because it shows that the owners appreciate what the workers have to contribute to their overall business. So you said there are five different types of um, appreciation. You want to go through those?
Absolutely, I'll be glad to. The first one is called words of affirmation, being able to say or write something positive specifically about what your team member did that helped the organization or at least the team to have a positive appearance before the customer or within the organization itself. The second one is quality time, being able to hang out with a coworker, help have a small gathering, whether on or off the premises. The third one is acts of service, helping to come together when there's a deadline, and pitch in, especially if you have free time and the other person is under pressure because they have so much work, just being able to jump in there and say, hey, I'm available. How do you need to get this done? Um, just to contribute their time. The fourth one is tangible gifts. And it doesn't need to be expensive, but it doesn't really need to be meaningful to the person that you're giving the gift to. And the last one is physical touch, which in the workspace, it is limited to um, fist bumps, high fives, pat on the backs, and fist bumps. Sorry, I went blank for a second on the fourth one.
You know,
But
I've
it's
seen I've
more,
seen where fist bumps can go really wrong. I mean, like, fist bumps can tend to, boom. No, oh, I wanted to give you a fist bump.
I know a guy like that. You have to like recoil as he's
oh wow, I've never seen that
you,
done, but I
high
oh
would
yeah,
go
five.
for
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
We have
sorry,
a
boss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I didn't mean to hit you. Let's try that again. Ow.
yeah, we have a fist bump Tyson that I know. It's like, hey, I'm like, oh, here it comes. Oh, need an
The guy
airbag
who
on my
always gets
fist.
the high five wrong. Why does Johnny always get the high five wrong?
you guys.
But you're right though. There's always a way that you have to kind of maintain morale, right? Keep a
Mhm.
morale high. And what what's the value of that though? Like, I know there's some bosses or there's some leaders or there managers that really don't understand the value of keeping morale at a certain level
Those are the
because
guys that are
Well,
those are the guys that the beatings will continue until morale improves. Yes.
right, yeah. It's like, yeah, we will continue. You're not meeting your numbers. I've been a part of teams like that where it's all about the numbers. Oh, you guys are not meeting numbers. Therefore, you're doing everything wrong. You're not doing anything right. How do you kind of speak to leadership that kind of thinks that's the right way to go?
okay. Well, what I would like to say to this type of leadership is look at it this way. Would you much rather continue to have high turnover, people not wanting to show up for work, not greeting the customer in a pleasant way, um, all the maladies of not having a good team, as opposed to, hey, John or Oscar, what you did for the customer that yesterday was excellent, and they left feeling like they would do business with us again. Thank you for doing that for us. It can be done verbally, it can be done written, but the acknowledgement on a 365 basis is what keeps a team together. It builds that camaraderie, builds that support within the teams to help them feel appreciated, help them feel that this is a good place to work and I can give my 100% here instead of looking elsewhere.
That's like the employee of the month recognition is good and bad because if they really are looking for an employee of the month that has done something really well, fantastic. But you have some businesses that do employee of the month that it's the it's like the inner circle that get the employee of the month, not the people that are actually doing so. It can backfire if you're not being honest with appreciation. That's the other part. If you're doing appreciation, it better be honest appreciation. Otherwise, that people will see right through that.
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that type of recognition, as opposed to authentic appreciation, is something that's just done um, at a period of time. What I'm talking about is 365, each day acknowledging your team for the accomplishments that they give you as a lead team leader. As a team leader, when you respect and when you honor and show authentic appreciation, acknowledge their giftings, it builds that camaraderie to open up communication lines. It gives you an opportunity to see that, you don't have to micromanage them because they know what they're doing. We are got there to build the organization, but also to build the confidence of your team members.
Yeah, that's now, like I want to kind of piggyback on what Oscar is talking about. One of the companies that I love working for, like absolutely loved working for, and I've been working since I was like 16 years old, right? I got a job at Wild Pear, got my working papers, and that was the first job that saw it fit to hire me. Okay, but one of the greatest things, one of the greatest companies I think that I've worked for is Nordstrom,
Oh yeah.
because Nordstrom had this way of making you feel like, wow, you're doing something. Even if you kind of just started there, they have an award. Hey, thank you, John, for saying hello to every customer. And boom, you get that award, man. You get that little plaque, you get that little pen. You think you get on that floor, you start, your whole thing changes, because you see people walking around with 3 pins and 5 pins, and next thing you know, pins are your goal. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I want to get a sales pin. I want to get, and every month they had this reward system that seems to kind of keep everybody kind of focused and motivated.
Yes.
And that was the environment I was in there. And another company I could mention is also like Bloomingdale's. I work for the Bloomingdale's in the city, and they're fantastic. I mean, the managers I've worked for there, I don't know about anybody else. I mean, everybody's going to have somebody to complain about, but I mean, they look for ways to kind of reward you. And I had a manager that was really amazing at that, especially at Nordstrom. And it was a wonderful kind of, and they really try to keep that system going. So big out shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I worked at Sex Fifth Avenue, the Fashion Distribution Center.
Hmm.
We didn't deal with customers, but we had all the trucks would come in, and we'd have to get everything merchandise tagged and sent all around the U.S. They would give you your birthday off
Hmm.
with pay. The lunchroom had two ping pong tables and a pool table and a hot food dispenser. It's like,
Right.
here's your time off. For like, yeah, play some pool, play some ping pong. Get yourself some hot. Remember, it was a hot Chef Boyardee dispenser.
Hmm.
Little cans that came out warm, a little spoon. It was, and it was a great place to work. It was that you felt appreciated there, and even in those little ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember working for Bloomingdale's in my 20s. I loved being on the floor and being able to help a customer throughout the entire departments. Just being like a personal shopper, but that was not my title.
Hmm.
But it was just great to be able to walk with them and get to know them so that the next person that service them, you can share a little bit about them to help them feel comfortable. You know, that kind of atmosphere is what I'm talking about. Being able to, have something that helps the employees feel they have what they're contributing and how they're contributing to the success of the organization is acknowledged and respected and rewarded. So thank you guys for sharing your experience with me. That's cool.
Um, so, quick question: as we're kind of like losing speed and time, all at the same time, what are some of the things that you do when you go in, when a company or corporation or organization hires you to kind of speak to their associates, their managers, what are some of the things that you look for, or do you evaluate the company before doing creating a system or going in? Like, what's your mode of operation?
Well, I'm let me use the company that I'm presently attempting to work with. I'm not going to give the name of the organization, out of respect,
Hmm.
but to get to know the talent and development staff and see what's going on from their perspective and how they see their organization is critical.
Hmm.
Being able to take an assessment of what's going on in the atmosphere as far as frontline workers and the organization as a whole is important. And then from there, being able to come up with something, an executive plan that can help structure appreciation on a 365. I like to call it productivity with a smile. Yes,
Hmm.
you want productivity, but how many times can you say that your frontline workers are willing to smile while producing that productivity? It's the critical factor of having authentic appreciation in the atmosphere in an organization.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Well,
Oscar, any more questions for you? Anything
before
else
we
you want to
forget,
ask? Uh-huh.
how do we contact you?
Oh, I can be reached at 401-601-3207. I do have a dedicated line for clients, but I can give that to somebody after the first initial talk. And my website is makeadifferenceconsulting.com.
Awesome. Make a difference consulting.com. I got one last question for you. If I was a
Yes.
corporation or an organization, why should I hire you or hire your services?
Why should you take on my services? Well, if you're facing high turnover, if you're facing people who are reluctant to work, if you're facing situations that need to be um, addressed in a professional manner, helping your team leaders to show authentic appreciation and using neuroscience to communicate well-being, trust, confidence, authentic appreciation in their staff. This is why you want to bring me on as a consultant. Make a Difference Consultant has been around for 3 years now, and we're excited about helping organizations to have authentic appreciation as well as neuroscience, neuro leadership, and neuromanagement on their team to create that environment where communication flows freely.
Awesome. Communication flows freely. It's always good to know what's in the mind of your associates, because sometimes when, especially if it's a high, we always advertise the high intense environment. If you want a fast paced, want to be in a fast paced, highly productive environment, but the fast paced, highly productive environments carry a lot of stress as well. And so if you don't know what's in the mind of your associates, or whether your employees or partners, whoever you want to, however you want to describe it, chances are you're going to miss something, right? And that's why you need Alicia Alexander to come on in and kind of get into the minds of your associates, so that you can know what's going on and make the adjustments beforehand rather than after something happens, like a group walkout. you know, I'm sure nobody wants to see a group walkout, because that is never fun. All right. Oscar, any last words?
That's it. We got our information. I think I've done every question I can think of right now.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us today. And we are going to see you again next week on Focus on You. Take care, everybody. And don't forget, hug somebody you love and love somebody you're with. Bye.